Welcome to TacosTheGeeks.com Any Gaming. This is episode 7, and by request, thank you for everybody that voted here on the channel and on the website. We are going to be talking about Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament for the PlayStation 2. So, what is Yu Yu Hakusho? And if you don't know, this is one of my top 5 animes of all time. So, if you've never watched Yu Yu Hakusho, please make sure to go check it out. It is, believe it or not, I think it's on Crunchyroll, and Netflix does have a live action adaptation, which I suggest you just watch. Just watch the anime or read the manga. Anyway, so Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament for the PlayStation 2 was released in 2004. The game takes place back to the world of the anime classic Yu Yu Hakusho. Most importantly, the fan favorite, and some will say the best saga in the entire series, the Dark Tournament saga. In this video, we're going to dive a little bit and talk about the gameplay, the graphics, overall pros and cons of this fighting game. So let's start off with the story mode. The story mode, you follow the actual events of the Dark Tournament saga. And what I really like about it is they actually include elements from the actual anime, from the announcer to the actual music, using cutscenes. And I thought it did a really good job. So you play as Yusuke and his team as they're battling through the vicious opponents of the Dark Tournament saga until you reach the final boss, which is, of course, Toguro. While the story mode does stick closely to the anime's narrative, it includes those cutscenes, dialogue, and is presented with voice acting and voiceovers from the actual anime. So it does give fans a little bit of the nostalgia trip, a story mode that really does make you feel like you're part of the actual saga because it actually uses clips from the actual show. It's faithful to the Dark Tournament saga, and it does include the original English voice actors from the anime. So definitely, I love that part about it. The story mode's pretty damn good. But let's talk about the gameplay. This is a 3D arena fighter, and it focuses on one-to-one battles between our characters. Each character has a standard set of attacks, including punches, kicks, signature moves. Special moves are charged with spirit energy system. And if you know Yu Yu Hakusho, then you know everything is derived on spirit energy, especially Yusuke, Genkai, Kuwabara, Hiei, just to name a few. And pulling them off can feel rewarding, especially when you're unleashing a signature attack such as Yusuke's Spirit Gun or Hiei's Dragon of the Darkness Flame. The mechanics, however, and this is where the cons come into play, which I was so shocked that so many people wanted me to do a video on this because truthfully, it really isn't that good of a fighting game. The mechanics can feel stiff, and compared to other fighters at the time, the movement can get clunky. The controls are simple enough to pick up, but they lack depth, and it lacks that fluidity that you can see in something like a Tekken or a Dragon Ball Z Budokai at the time. Combos are basic, and many players will find themselves relying on button mashing, which can make battles feel repetitive. Another issue with the game is the balance between characters. Oh my god, the balance in this was completely terrible. Fighters like Hiei and Takuro are completely overpowered compared to others. Hell, even just getting hit with a special move took like half of my damn energy. And then when I hit the other person with a special move, it didn't take even half. So it is very, very, very unbalanced. But I will have to do one thing I did like was the arcade mode because it does continue like that tournament structure that we've seen in a lot of fighting games. The game follows a unique progressive system where you advance through stages of the tournament and you must survive multiple rounds of enemies, just like the show. There's even like a semi type of survival mode, but I would say the pros for the gameplay. It has the special moves from the anime. It has a unique presentation, especially if you do the Dark Tournament Arena. You actually get the girl announcing it and she introduces the characters. But I would have to say some of the cons of the gameplay is it's stiff, it's clunky, it feels repetitive, it feels definitely unbalanced. And the graphics, well, let's just say the character models, while recognizable and it does stay true to the anime, they are far, far from impressive, especially in 2004. Characters at times could look blocky, facial animations are minimum to none, and it does kind of feel robotic at times. Not to mention, compared to other anime games, this one doesn't really feel as polished as Naruto Ultimate Ninja or DBZ's Budokai. The backgrounds is where I would say really hurts. Really, really, the stage designs are ugly. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I'm trying. It's crazy because not every episode, folks, of any gaming is going to be a positive one or praise. This game wasn't that good. It really wasn't. It wasn't good when I liked it when I played it. Excuse me, in 2004, and playing it now, 20 years later, still don't like it. The background stages, it's very uninspired. The dark tournament arena and other locations from the anime are recreated, but it lacks detail and atmosphere. Nothing pops. It feels empty, especially the dark tournament arena. And rather than having something more vibrant, something more detailed from locations of the show, it really doesn't add much to it. I will say though, saving grace of this game will definitely have to be the music and the sound design with the inclusion of the English voice cast. I mean, you got Justin Cook, you have Chris Sabat, who are reprising their roles as Yusuke and Kuwabara respectively. They speak their lines, so you got, of course, Justin Cook saying Spirit Gun. You have Kuwabara using the Spirit Sword, and he's like sword expand and things of that nature. So you get key dialogue moments in here, and you have a nice rendition of the Yu Yu Hakusho Smile Bomb theme song, which is pretty good. So I did like the music. I thought the music was saving grace. However, some of the in-game music really kind of felt generic and bland. And I know it's a little disappointing because I know a lot of you are thinking that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be praising this game for any gaming. Not all anime games are great, and unfortunately, this one was such a disappointment. This is why I'm pushing for a new Yu Yu Hakusho game where we actually will go through Yusuke's whole arc from the Spirit Detective to the final season. Like I really would really love to see. It doesn't even have to be a fighting game. It could just be an action type of adventure game in the veins of like Dragon Ball Kakarot, DBZ Kakarot. I would love to see like a remake of this. So I will have to say this though, regardless of me kind of bashing this game or just being very disappointed in the game, I'll have to say it is a faithful adaptation of the Dark Tournament arc. You get most of the characters in there. You get the voice acting from the English dub, which honestly thought I felt was more superior than the Japanese dub. One of those rare cases. You have a unique tournament progression. However, it's stiff and repetitive combat. It's dated, lackluster environments, and you have an unbalanced character roster. Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament for the PS2 is a game. While it's full of fan service, it didn't live up to the expectations compared to other anime games at that same time. The gameplay will be nostalgic, and I know people might go back and they might play this now and go, you know what, Yu Yu Hakusho game wasn't too bad. It needs polish. It really needs polish. Graphics, presentation, it doesn't hold up. However, sound quality, voice acting, top notch because it's one of the best voice English dub voice performances in the anime, and that's just I stand by that. Yu Yu Hakusho fans, they will find some type of enjoyment, but fighting enthusiasts who want to go back and go through the retro games of anime and try to find an anime game that's really really good out there, I will honestly I can't recommend this one. There's so many other good PS2 anime fighting games. This one just doesn't hold up or stand the test of time. So, this is a conclusion of TalkOfTheGeeks.com Annie Gaming. This has been episode 7, Yu Yu Hakusho, The Dark Ornament. What did you think of this game when you played it back in the days? For my old heads out there and for my youngins who want to go in there, does this look like a game that you might want to play? Comment below, let me know. And of course, if you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out the channel significantly and significantly. I can't talk today. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one, folks. Later days.